Hello! My name is Sunny, and today is October 1st, and you know what that means, right? It's time for Nano Prep season. As we come to the end of summer, I get really excited about the prospect of the fall, and I think it's because the fall to me has become this amazing creative time. I do a lot of crafts at this time, and I do a lot of NaNoWriMo Prep, and it is just a very focused, goal-driven time period for me where I feel very productive. So, you know, a month ago I was like, oh my god, November is just right around the corner, and I'm super excited for it. If you've never heard of NaNoWriMo before, just a quick little overview. It's a challenge that happens every November. National Novel Writing Month is November, so they shorten that to NaNoWriMo. And the challenge is to write 50,000 words of a novel during the 30 days of November. It's incredibly intense. It's a crazy goal. You have to write an average of 1,667 words every day to make that goal. And you know, some days you hit the goal, some days you don't. It's a pretty hefty challenge, but it's doable. I've participated since 2013. I've won all of those years except for one. So, and winning is just meeting the goal. Nobody like wins over another person. It's not a competition with others. It's a competition with yourself. And I love this challenge because it pushes me to actually do something that I love to do, which is writing. But I think the reason why I'm most excited about NaNoWriMo this year is the fact that I have additional challenges. I actually considered not doing it. I considered taking the year off, being kind to myself, and not forcing myself into a position where my schedule becomes incredibly compact. But no, I'm going to challenge myself. I need to prove to myself that with a full-time job, with extra curriculars on top of that, like study groups and stuff for the job training I'm doing, I can still fit in 2 hours a day for writing. Because when I get this job, I'm not going to have a regular schedule where I can just wake up in the morning and have a write session, maybe have some in the afternoon, and I'm not gonna have the leisure to just do it whenever I want. I'm gonna have to schedule it in, and so this is a test. So in those 2 hours per day that I plan on writing during NaNoWriMo, I need to make sure that I'm writing at least 500 to 1,000 words, averaging somewhere around like 700 to 800. And that's quite low, actually, for a daily word count for NaNoWriMo, which means on the weekends, when I have time off, I have unlimited free time during those weekends. That means the weekends, I have to average 8,000 to 10,000 words. And I've had short periods of time in my NaNoWriMo where I've done that. So it shouldn't be a problem to get that done. I mean, if you look at the curves of my NaNoWriMo in the past, there have been some where it's like a hockey stick. I get hardly anything done, and then the last 2 weeks, week and a half, it goes right up. And so I know I'm capable of writing that much. I just need to make sure that it gets done. And to help me along with that, I need to make sure that I've plotted out my entire story. And what's really great about this is that the story I've chosen this year, and I'll talk more about it next week, the story that I've chosen this year needs to have a really tight plot. So this whole month is going to be all about getting that plot done, getting that tight together, so I know exactly what I need to do when I sit down and write. And I think near the middle to the end of the book, I'm not going to have as much of that tightly done because I kind of explore things a little bit as I start to write. But at least the first half, I need it to be ready to go 100%. The other stuff can be like 75, 80% done. So that's the challenge for this prep season. Every year for NaNoWriMo, I give myself a focus, and that in years past have been plot. I think I did suspense and conflict or something. I can't really quite remember, but this year I've decided that my focus needs to be character development. And the story that I've chosen, I think I have a kind of a colorful cast of characters in it. I have a fairly good sense of a few of the characters, but I'm excited to kind of develop them. I picked up this book to read during prep season, so I'll be doing that again. I'll be starting to read this week, and I'll talk to you more about it next week when I also tell you what I've decided to write for NaNoWriMo this year. And of course, by the end of NaNoWriMo this year, I hope to have a finished first draft of this novel. I did it last year, and I'm still revising that one. I know it's kind of taking me forever, and I really wanted to have that done with revision before the start of this NaNoWriMo. It just didn't work out. I lost steam because my life became insanity. I think I've talked enough about moving and all of that crap. I'm really hopeful to get a finished first draft of this one, especially if I'm plotting it out really well and I'm able to just sit down and write the words. I think it'd be good. So I'll be checking in weekly with prep information, and I'm excited to see what everybody else is doing. Are you doing NaNoWriMo this year? Do you prep? Are you even thinking about it yet? Have you made up your mind? And if you've never done NaNoWriMo before, are you maybe thinking of doing it? I'm always amazed at how many people I talk to about writing that do writing themselves, and they've never heard of National Novel Writing Month, and I'm just like, what? So I love sharing the gospel. I'm super excited about this year. I'm so glad to be back and doing this, and I can't wait to check in with you next week to tell you what's been going on and what story I've decided to work on this year. I'll see you next time. Bye!